So, let's see. It's the one right there. And it was called not Plutus. Dis, that's the one. Plutus? No. Yeah, Plutus is the one we previously found. But anyway, the Dis system. Okay, which of those is a cluster and which of those is a system? The system is this, and the cluster is multiple systems together, I believe. Whatever. Just go around here and scan the things. Yep. Oh, we got ourselves something unknown. A metallic asteroid. Rich in lithium. Good for the batteries, yes. This is a Klensal. Do we get another asteroid? Of course not. We have a whole asteroid belt, but only one good asteroid in it. Raisha. Raisha is a standard hydrogen helium gas giant with traces of sodium and ammonia in its atmosphere. During the brief gold rush to Klensal, a few companies established an infrastructure for helium-free skimming and deuterium mining on Raisha's icy moons. When Klensal proved to be less wealthy than expected, the facilities were stripped for parts and abandoned. And we got ourselves the Turian insignia that we got again after finishing the quest, by the way. Scans of the planet Raisha revealed an old unmanned shuttle. Your salvage team found Turian goods on board, all marked with the Trident colony insignia. And the next one is Gramar. Gramar is an icy terrestrial with a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. Its surface is mainly composed of frozen ammonia with deposits of tin and other light metals. When exposed to sunlight, Gramar's ammonia can melt, forming equatorial seas of the toxic chemical. This has allowed a profusion of simple fungus and lichens to evolve in the low-energy environment. A byproduct of their metabolism causes them to glow very faintly. While the light of an individual is insignificant, large patches seem to reinforce the light of one another and are visible from space. This is why it glows so well. Beautiful. So, and Klensal might be the one where we can land. Let's skip that one. Also another ice planet. What are they? Near Rum. And why is it called that? Because it's near Rum. It's a terrestrial world with a thin atmosphere of methane and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of basaltic rock. Its most prominent feature is the Elos Rift Valley, a long volcanic divergence zone that stretches across half of the northern hemisphere. And we got ourselves some titanium on a nearby moon. And Yata. Yata is a terrestrial world with a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. The surface is hot and mainly composed of unremarkable silicates. Occasional deposits of aluminum, magnesium, and other light metals can be found. Yata is noted for the discovery of the Leviathan of Dis, the apparent corpse of a genetically engineered living starship. The Leviathan was found in the bottom of a crater by a Batarian survey team and is estimated to be nearly 1 billion years old. It disappeared after a visit to the system by a Batarian dreadnought 20 years ago. Oh, did it now? Since then, the Batarians have steadfastly denied that the Leviathan existed at all, and all the more ferociously when shown recordings of the corpse made by Solarian researchers. Vociferously. Okay. Now it's vociferously. You can't just say like heavily or whatever, but come on. Vociferously. Klensal has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its first geological surveys were performed by Batarians and suggested areas of great mineral wealth. Human mining concerns spent billions of credits hustling to the distant system and sinking test bores to claim the system for humanity. But Klensal had only an average level of mineral wealth, valuable but hardly worth the rush and expense. Merida Industria, a small Mexican company, of course it's Mexicans, hoping to strike it rich in their first extrasolar mining venture, had to file for bankruptcy protection. Think about it. You are on a planet, you are mining for humanity. There is no such thing as, like, nations in this case anymore. Once you go from a planet to another planet, it's planetary stuff and not national stuff. Investigation revealed by the Batarian crew had deliberately falsified their surveys, hoping it would encourage human rivals to invest in a costly boondoggle. While unethical, this was not technically illegal, and the Batarian government disavowed the personal actions of a few misguided patriots. The planet is still littered with abandoned mines bases, which are often used as temporary meeting places for criminals. Oh, perfect. And this is exactly where we are going to meet with some of those. Alrighty. Why does it always have to be a frozen ice world? That's just... whoa! Light blue. Maybe I should have picked the Asari for that one. It's a beautiful planet. So, you're over here. Let's go in a clockwise direction again. It's beautiful. And it's flat most of the time. Wonderful. I love this planet already. It does remind me of the Marco mission in... I think it was Andromeda though. It had one of the most amazing... well, it wasn't really a Marco, but it was like vehicle that you can drive on a planet. It was an asteroid mission where you could land, but the Marco that you can drive there was amazing in a way that it experienced very small amounts of G's only. So you could pretty much fly across the whole planet with ease, and that was amazing. Okay, let's not get caught up in that one. Okay, so it's frozen, but it doesn't seem to have ice problems. Like a temperature issue. Ah, crap. That's not good. Let's try this here. A large deposit of beryllium. 9.2 million again. Perfect. And where are we? We are somewhere over there. The more important stuff is somewhere in the center. Look at that. We even have a nice faint blue star. And the atmosphere is even in some kind... oh, and God rays. Awesome. Huh. The marker is white, that's why it becomes like the same texture, like color, as the surrounding one. Pretty cool. Wow. Everything full of ice. What could you do with that much ice, though? That's actually a really good question. Like, let's say you can go from one planet to the next. Or to another planet, right? You can harvest the planet. Harvest. Gather? Whatever. Whoa. Why? Why does it lag so much all of a sudden? That's weird. It's really strange. Whatever. Yeah, why would... What would actually happen if you are able to go from one planet to the next? If you are able to harvest resources off of a planet, or of asteroids, or whatever. What would your actions be like? If everything is still somewhat connected to the economy, and connected to money and all of that stuff, then doing certain things, harvesting, gathering materials, also would be limited by yeah, just the amount of money that you would get for it. So there would always be a certain rarity of stuff, even if the planet itself, the galaxy itself would have an abundance of resources and materials. So in this case, the fact that it is there in abundance doesn't mean that it will be supplied in abundance. So the economy would be the limiting factor in this case. How could you create an over supply or an abundant supply for resources? Why would it matter? Because if you think about it, what are you actually limited by? By the amount of people that could gather resources? And you're also limited by the supply of material that you need in order to gather resources. So it's people and stuff. You don't have an overabundance of people. You could create robots, yes, but people. Would an economy actually work like an economy that we know of today would work in a galactical or galaxy-wide scenario? That would be quite interesting. Alright. Problem solved. And by the way, where am I? 1, 2, 3. What's this? Crash escape pod. Everything is very close by. That's weird. So I don't know if there's a secondary exit around here. So let's just gather the material and everything before we go into that station. The funny thing is, if everything is somewhat dependent on the economy and like money, then it's not necessarily money that limits it, but like the thing that you can hold in your hand, but it's just the sheer fact that it is accountable. The fact that you need a number for it. So the thing that limits everything is something that is basically limitless, but not supplied in the sheer amount of the stuff that exists. Like, resources are limitless. People can be created because of reproduction in a limitless way. But the thing that is somewhat artificially limited is the number. So this is kind of counterintuitive, but this is the thing that limits everything. A number. We are running out of meters. There's old footprints leading away from this escape pod, but no sign of any survivors. Probably goes to this question mark thingy right up there. It says footprints, but I don't see any footprints. That's a distress beacon and a mummified Salarian again. Medallion recovered. This dead traveler had a leak of 1 medallion. Where he found it and what he was trying to do with it is unclear. And we got ourselves one more for the mission. Hostile takeovers over here, and no, I just found it and I got this stuff. Very interesting. Another crime lord, UNC Cerberus. This is investigate young She system. Oh, in Voyager cluster. It's somewhat completely different now. All right. Let's just go to this one, and then we go all the way to the north in order to clear out the Syndicate hideout. No. Oh, yes, that was good. A really good boost. So, oh boy. I'm not leveled. It's also not leveled. Damn. What do we have here? Can't. There. And we got ourselves Inferno rounds. A few more. Perfect. Can't get back in the Marco. Let's see. Yes. So, a little bit further north. Yeah, the thing that actually limits the supply of goods, or the thing that is limiting, would not be the fact that there are an awful lot of people, and also not the fact that there are an awful lot of resources on every planet, but the fact that you don't get enough numbers for it. But the thing is, if you don't give... if you do limit the amount of numbers, the amount of money, right? Then you give the economy a way to orient itself. This is the basic feature of it. It's not about getting the money, it's about arrangement of things, giving the whole thing direction. That's the purpose of it. So you have to limit it in a way. There has to be maybe even an artificial limit, and then you have to connect it with the economy. But what if you disconnect it? Then the whole thing would go back to barter. But in this case, it would not help because bartering stuff is just weird. Why is there so much water? Oh, look at this. Enemies. And I can't see them. It's not cool. There. Let's switch to another one. It's a long range attack, yes it is. Too much damage. Far too reckless. Far too reckless. Oh, there you go. Second crime lord defeated. That's both of them. No doubt Helena Blake will be overjoyed to learn that these two scum are no longer a problem. Oh, come on. We are not here to call them scum. I mean, they might be respectable people. We don't know that. We just shot at them.
Think we're good, Commander?
Yeah, I think that too. Oh. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. As I said, we don't know if they're respectable. Wait a minute. That one is... has a boar thingy, a boar head in it. And... it's also connected. There we go. Oh. That's weird. purple color. So, we got a weapon locker with hopefully some level 10 stuff in it. Almost. And another one. You're actually interacting with the whitish part of the locker and not the... Yeah. Oh. I thought that the icon would point towards the center of the object that opens up and not the thing that you interact with. Average decryption? Average decryption? Secure weapon locker. Yes. None of them are any good. Alright. Let's get some first aid stuff. But why is this one in purple? What's so special about that? Fire containment system? Fire containment system. Oh. Why is it called fire containment system? Because it contains fire. Like, it could, there's fire in it. And not in a way that it extinguishes fire. Yeah, it's a fire containment system. It's not a fire extinguishing system. It does not extinguish flames. It releases it. Right. So that is the exit again. Now there's just... Yeah, what else is there? Oh, one more system, and then we can go back to the Citadel. There's the... There. That was weird. Anyway. Northwestern thing. That's the thing that I need to check out. I think this is not supposed to... There you go. We just froze in place there. Okay, wait. That one was harvested. And yes, we harvest minerals. It's the right word for it. Makes absolute sense. With a little bit of luck, there will be something nice to find up here. The arrangement of objects is heavily centered on the center of it. Very interesting. Whoa. Look at this. Oh. Look up from time to time, and then you can see a beautiful moon with some nice streaks and whatnot. It's amazing. Good. Let's move on forward. I think this is it. Yep, we are in the center. This is where we started at. Let's get off of this world. Perfect. And this was the this system in the Hades cluster. All right, and then this was the hostile takeover thingy. We're going to finish that in a moment. Yeah, then there is the Admiral Kahuku thing in the Yangshi. Let's just write this down real quick. Voyager. Yangshi. Alright. Here's where we have to go. that should be it. Alright. Anything on the codex? Yet. So let's end this episode, and then we are going to another little cluster. Like and subscribe, of course, as usual, and ta-ta!